June 3rd, 1935. The Normandie, $60 million luxury liner, comes to America on its maiden crossing of the Atlantic, an event that occasioned a marine demonstration that will live in history. Whistles blew and sirens shrieked a mighty welcome to the new Queen of the Seas. The famed skyline of America's greatest city formed a fitting background for America's greeting to one of the most stately ships that ever crossed the Atlantic.
She was called a floating skyscraper. The SS Normandie was the largest ship afloat and the fastest, beating all previous transatlantic speed records. Designed and built by the French as a luxury liner, the Normandie was a lavish playground for high society passengers. When World War II broke out and France was occupied, Normandie spent more than a year docked at New York Harbor. After America entered the war, the U.S. government seized the ship, rechristened her the U.S.S. Lafayette, and began refitting her to serve as a Navy transport vessel. But she was destined never to be part of America's war effort.
February 9th, 1942, the Normandie afire. A fatal tragedy to the big luxury liner and to America. As the flames rapidly spread to devastating fury, workers madly scrambled to safety, while fireboats and fire engines poured tons of water into the stricken vessel. All fire doors, vertical and horizontal, were closed to protect the ship's vitals from the flames, but this was all in vain. Dense clouds of thick, acrid smoke billowed far out over Manhattan, casting a mucky pall over Midtown and downtown New York. Hour after hour, tons of water were pumped into the Normandie, causing a bad list to port, as strong hawsers snapped and tugs strove to push the giant vessel close to the wharf. Then, during the night, the Normandie met its final doom, when, with a resounding crunch of ice and a belch of smoke, the 83,000-ton vessel dipped her flame-scarred superstructure into the surface of the Hudson River. Hundreds were injured when America lost its biggest naval auxiliary.
Sabotage was suspected, but investigators ultimately determined the fire was due to stray sparks from a welder's torch. The Normandie was salvaged, but restoration was considered too costly. Just 10 years after her maiden voyage, the greatest ocean liner of all was sold as scrap.